All right, so give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I need to move this. We're trying to do some TikTok work at the same time, but they're making it pretty difficult. Not gonna lie. We'll see. I mean, we'll see if this works. I don't even know if it's gonna work entirely, but
Why? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to start the live stream. I don't know, Jake. You start real quick while I figure this out.
Okay. Well, the famous lines from us. We're back for the 50th time, and we're going to be talking about the Pacers and the Knicks and the Thunder and the T-Wolves and how we don't want any of them to win a championship.
That's right. Well, wait. We would like some of them. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're in. So it is set up.
Okay.
Let me try to move this bar real quick so I can see. So that way, if people are going to watch, more than welcome to invite people, get on and debate us. More than welcome to.
Masturbators.
But yeah, so of course I went to the game last night. The jersey I wore is right behind me. Turner. And then, of course, these were on the seats. But yeah, that was Emily's first game as well. So that being her first game is hard to beat. Trying to go into a regular season game after that might be tough. But anyways, such what? No, I'm not talking for me. I'm saying Emily's first game being an ECF clutch game. I bet regular season games won't feel nothing like that. Anyways, the crowd was crazy. The whole atmosphere was crazy. There's a bunch of Knicks fans. Well, there wasn't really a bunch, but there was like two sitting, maybe 2 rows in front of us, and the whole section let them hear it the whole entire time. I did too. The second TikTok I posted today was me telling them thanks for their money. But I mean, to be fair though, like anytime that Brunson got fouled, they would stand up and turn around, look at us, wave their fucking towels, and just say some weird shit. But yeah, just Knicks fans, they can be a little annoying. But I know Pacers fans can be too. Pretty much every fan base can be. So I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, last night the final score being 130 to 121. Jake, I was going to ask you too before we start getting into it. Can you pull up TikTok real quick on your phone and just double check that you're getting audio through it?
Yeah, hold on.
I'm thinking the audio is working. It looked like it was, but
Yeah, it is.
okay, cool. I know it looks weird with the top of the URL, search bar, but I just couldn't get it cropped out. But yeah, 130 to 121. I think the craziest stat about last night has got to be fucking Tyrese Halliburton. Triple double in a clutch game. We needed that win. You don't want to go back to New York tied 2-2, even though Pacers have played amazing on the road. 6-0 since that. I forget which loss it was.
The third game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, the 117 to 101 loss at Milwaukee.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about last time they lost.
So, but
yeah,
but still, don't want to go to New York tied 2-2. But stat line went crazy last night for Tyrese Halliburton, 32, 12, and 15. I think everything with him, the stat with him, in the last in terms of in the last 2 minutes of the game, he's 11 for 12 this postseason. I mean, unreal.
That's not. I don't think it's this postseason. I'm pretty sure it's just in general.
I wouldn't be that surprised because he's 5 for 6 on shots in the last 30 seconds this postseason. So that's considering the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure what you're talking about is a game that's technically clutch time, which would be within 5 points, and I don't believe that's to be true.
Yeah, then I could see that, but even if that wasn't it, then him being 5 or 6 this postseason on shots within 30 seconds, he's been a stud. He's been closing every single game out.
What I don't get about him though is he'll have a crazy game like that, and in the next game he'll score 12 points. I don't know why he's not just more aggressive all the time.
He does like to just be a point guard, and he does just like to set plays up
like he did last night. He scored 30 points and had 15 assists.
Well, I mean, you can't, but we can say on those nights too, because like it it really just depends on, I guess, who else he's trying to set up on those nights where he's trying to be less aggressive. Because look at the night where he was only trying to set up Pascal Siakam in the first, and he had our first 11 points, finished the game with 39 points. So he knows he doesn't have to be the leading scorer. So I think that's why he takes a step back, and when he knows he has to be, he can be. So that last night, he just, well, I mean, that's what we expect every game is Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam to be 1 and 2 in shots attempted, and that's how I want it to be. Neesmith, uh, with that ankle injury, still did good. 16 points, 5 and 9, 2 of 6 from three. Tyrese 5 of 12 from three, 11 of 23 from the field. So, I mean, the only person that really had a bad game was Andrew Nemhard, 1 for 9, 3 points. But still, that's just a good all around game from the bench to Mathurin getting 20 to T.J. McConnell 3 for 4, 6 points, and just feeling his energy when he comes off the bench. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool being there. It's especially special when it's the Eastern Conference Finals. But man, Brunson is. He is that guy though. I mean, he's good. He's really good. Never take that away from him at all. But do you think the change of the starting lineup is what's going to like ruin this series for him, or do you think they still have a chance to come back and
They
take it to
did
7?
that change to try and change the series for them.
Do you think they keep that lineup?
Probably, but I don't think it's really going to do anything. I think they might win another game, but I don't think they're going to win.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, I
I
would
mean,
not be surprised.
well, the thing is about the Knicks, and it's not really the Knicks. I guess it's just Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau plays his starters 40 minutes a game.
Always, yeah.
And he's done that every year that he's been a coach. He did it when he's on the Bulls. He did it when he was on was he? I think he was on the T Wolves. Yeah, was he on the T Wolves? Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah, OG last night. OG was 40 minutes. Cat was 37. Galen's 37. Bridges 35. Josh Hart 36.
Like you gotta and it's not like they have a bad bench. Like the game that Brunson was out for like 10 minutes or whatever it was, they went on
Yeah,
they went on a 10-0 run.
they won. Yeah,
It's like why gas everybody out so bad that they're not gonna and you're playing a team that's the fastest pace in the league all season. Well, they're gonna get tired fast.
and the one thing too, I think the biggest thing that I don't get about that change is that I just feel like you're asking for the second half of every single quarter to be,
Pack a Mitch.
yeah, that or small ball, because if you're going to start Mitchell and Cat, and the idea is you want them to be playing together most of the quarter, then when you do need to give any of them, but I guess you don't.
The only
You
people
don't need
they
to give
play
him
off the
any rest
yeah, but the
because he doesn't.
only people they play off the bench is Miles McBride and then Josh Hart. And if Josh Hart starts, then the only people they put off the bench is Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson.
Precious Achua, he got 2 minutes last night.
Yeah, it's because the Knicks have the craziest foul trouble I've ever seen. Every game I've watched that they've been in, it's Cat and Jalen Brunson are just fouling like
Yeah,
crazy. That's a big problem. One, because Brunson's not good at defense. They literally try and find him to get him on somebody.
and while you bring up Brunson, I love the fact that we stick Neesmith on Brunson.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna put Tyrese on him because you don't want him to be gassed.
No, no, and so seeing Neesmith pick up as
And
I
Nemhard's been
mean,
guarding Brunson all night.
yeah, so it's been Nemhard and Neesmith, and especially picking full court up, it's been Neesmith a lot, waiting for the inbound. But yeah, just this whole postseason alone has been. You see a bunch of people on TikTok saying like, this is a team of friendship. You cannot lose to a team of friendship. Um, but it does kind of feel like that because they love to share the ball. Like they feel like all
Max,
five, all
I'm not
starting
gonna
five, I
lie.
equally love.
I don't want to like be a Debbie Downer, but I don't see anybody beating the Thunder.
Well, we say that, but when the
Max,
Timberwolves
every
beat them by
person on the
42, that kind of proves that they
yeah,
are
and they
beatable
lost,
to an
and
extent.
they're
Well, yeah, I mean, just that
and
one
every game
game.
they've lost by more than 10.
Well, let's not act
Besides the
like the
last one.
Timberwolves are playing great basketball either.
You know why they're
Who's
not playing good basketball?
because Anthony Edwards is stupid right now.
No, you know why they're not playing good basketball?
Well, he
They
is
have
being stupid. You can't say no.
because not playing good basketball because Lou Dort locks down. They have Casey Wallace locks down. Isaiah Joe's good. Like they have a deep roster and they play their roster. They literally have a backup five that plays in the playoffs, and that never happens.
Edwards could definitely be way more aggressive and shooting the ball way more. I just don't understand what he's doing. I don't get him.
I'm telling
But
you, it's
but
because of Lou Dort
don't matter. It don't matter.
and Jalen Williams.
I think it would be a great matchup because depth wise, those are I think the two best teams when we're talking depth wise for bench. And I think that is going to be the best matchup. Especially, I mean, even if the Knicks take it at 7 and then they go play OKC right after that, I mean, they would be so gassed. I'm just saying. I mean,
If they were to do that, it'd probably be the most annoying finals to watch in history. Can't you better quit?
yeah.
It's literally just gonna be foul baiting the whole fucking time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brunson,
SGA
just,
drives in, acts like there's a fucking sniper hitting him in his head. Hold on.
well, I mean, you say that, but we've seen the clip that's been on TikTok recently of Brunson driving and he takes Neesmith's forearm, slams it
That's
up
the
like
most
that.
annoying shit to me is when people
It
drive
acts like he
in.
got smacked.
When people drive in and they fucking grab the arm and they're like, "Oh my god, he's fouling me," and they're grabbing him.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate it. But anyways, overall, great run so far. Beating Milwaukee 4-1. And then 1 seed in the East, everyone expected Indiana to get swept. And then, Indiana ends up beating Cleveland 4-1 in that series. And then, you're looking at this series alone, won the first two at Madison Square Garden. I know that's not easy. I mean, fuck, I don't fucking know. But,
Yeah, but my
but
thing is the Knicks are like the fucking Cowboys. Every year's their year.
yeah, yeah, but they still made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. But, you know, still at least had to
I think the
get
Celtics would have
through
had a
two
chance.
rounds
I think the
to make it.
Celtics would have had a chance of coming back if Tatum didn't tear his Achilles.
Well, yeah, no shit. I would have said that same thing too.
Well, yeah,
Because you won a game without him.
yeah, and every game that we lost to them, we lost by one possession.
Yeah,
Besides the last one, because we just
yeah,
didn't. They were just getting faded.
that's no debate. I definitely would see the Celtics easily coming back and winning that series. It did surprise me some of those losses, even like the first round, like when Boston even lost that one to Orlando. I was like,
No, I'm not. I wasn't surprised with that. I'm surprised Orlando didn't
and then
win
like
more
the
games.
2 or 3 point margin wins you guys had against Orlando too. I was like, man, that's
Well,
pretty close.
we always play bad against Orlando.
Well, yeah, I mean
Like
they are.
literally always.
Well, and you called it too. So,
What?
but about Celtics and Orlando, how because when I texted you, and you said Orlando always plays Boston good,
Yeah, they do.
but the only stat I just want to bring up before we talk about the Timberwolves and stuff like that. Besides Neesmith this postseason averaging 19.7, 7.6 rebounds per game, and he's shooting 56% from three. The part where since 1998, teams are 4 and 1,640 when trailing by 7 or more points in the final minute or overtime in the playoffs, and the Pacers have
Pacers have
3 of those wins.
this playoffs.
But
I said they have those this playoffs.
yeah, well, yeah, 3 of the 4, yeah. I mean, and that's just it's man. Well, I'm not crying,
It's okay.
but it is so watching these games is so tough. But yeah, I mean, just look at that. Look at the Milwaukee Bucks game when we were down by 7 and with 35 seconds left. and then came back and won that game. 7-point lead. Cavs had a 7-point lead with like a minute 5 left. Came back, won that game. So that's why it's just you never give up on that team.
The Knicks had a 9-point lead with 40 seconds left.
Yeah. So, yeah, and especially with that with the Cavs game. No, with the first game against the Knicks. That's got to be one of the craziest games we've ever witnessed in history. That's one of the best hot hands in playoff history. I mean, it has to be.
Oh yeah, Neesmith was going crazy.
So and I wrote it down a couple of days ago. So Neesmith drops 5 threes, 20 points in the last 5 minutes of the fourth. 6 threes in the fourth. At 4:45 at 4:45 in the fourth, the score is 98-113. And then with 2:39 left to play, Pacers were down 14, and the Knicks were given a 99.7% chance to win at that moment. And then fast forward, to 22.1 seconds left. The score's 121-123. And then the rest is history. Crazy fucking playoff run. Not over yet. Hopefully it doesn't end. This series, we look good, feel good.
Hopefully, I mean, I really don't care who wins, but if the Thunder make it, I want y'all to win, and if the Timberwolves somehow can make it,
Yeah, definitely would want Pacers, and if Pacers lost, I would want the Timberwolves, and if the Wolves lost, I would want OKC because Todd.
there's not really many other options there.
Yeah, just nothing for the Knicks. No outcome for the Knicks.
I would agree. I don't see an outcome for the Knicks, honestly.
I don't either, but the seats were really, really nice last night, and that was a fucking packed house.
Yeah, I would imagine it's a fucking Eastern Conference Finals game.
But it was really cool seeing the TNT crew as soon as you walk in. And then when we were leaving,
Any of them?
yeah,
You touch them?
yeah, I said, "Hey, Shaq, what's up?"
Like, hey, I heard your dick's as long as my arm.
I didn't say that. But this came up in my feed the other day, and I just wanted to take a second to reminisce about this. Do you remember when LeBron James led his team in the playoffs in points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, and I was between both
That was in the
in the
finals
final.
against the Warriors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what a fucking dog!
Yeah, Tatum
What
did
a
that
dog!
last year and didn't win Finals MVP.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of it for me for the Pacers. All I can really say is, the Bucks cried, the Cavs tried, the New York Knicks are fried, Pacers in 5. And if we lose in 7,
Where'd you hear that from?
I'm gonna
Who'd you hear
jump
that
off the
from?
roof.
What show were you watching when you heard that?
Pat McAfee. So, and dude, him last night when he grabbed the mic,
Oh, I know.
because
I've seen that.
oh, dude, it was so funny. And then afterwards, Ben Stiller was like, "Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird that he did that. Don't know why he had to point me out like that.
Don't come to
Fuck
India.
you." But yeah, I would love to play the Timberwolves in the finals. That would be great,
Not gonna happen.
but it's not. We know the series is over. So Game 5 is tonight at 8:30. Man, there's just nothing.
Yeah, guess where it's at?
OKC.
Yeah.
So
Guess what that
this
place is
wraps
gonna be doing?
loud.
Yeah. That place is gonna be going crazy.
So it's gonna be wraps tonight.
If
The
not, it'll be the next game.
yeah, but what a weird series that Minnesota's only win could be the 42-point win.
You know what I think part of it is though, of why they're playing so bad, is because Julius Randle's played like shit this whole series.
He has, and he
Their best
shows
player
up
this
for, like,
series has probably been
huh?
Jaden I said their best player this series has probably been Jaden McDaniels.
Well,
Jaden McDaniels has been balling.
look at, game 1 when they lose 88 to 114. Handle 28 points, 9 of 13, 5 of 6 from 3.
Yeah, and then after that hasn't done anything.
Yeah, and so then
Game 2, he had 2 points.
and then you go to game 2.
He had 2 points.
You go to game
Or
well, he had
6, I
6
think.
points.
Sorry, 6, yeah.
So game 2, he finished with 6 points, 32 minutes played. So six
Yeah, and he was
points.
and he made two of his shots when they were losing
Yeah.
bad.
So he was 2 of 11, 0 for 3 from 3. He had 2 free throws and
I think
5 rebounds,
I don't
4
know if
turnovers.
I don't know if it was the last game, but I'm pretty sure in their last game or the game they won by a lot, he was like 0 for 7 from 3.
Yeah. It's just
Like I just don't see them winning, and the Thunder's roster is just absolutely fucking loaded.
we do talk like this, about Minnesota. They only lost by 2.
Yeah,
They
last
even the
game
series up. We're talking a lot different.
it was honestly not really as close as a 2-point game though,
No,
because
it didn't feel like it either. But
I didn't feel like they were winning at any point because like the Thunder were missing like free throws at the end, and that's part of the reason it was kind of close because they were fouling to keep the ball. But I'll tell you what they need to get rid of somehow in some way. I don't know how they would do it. Is if you're down by 3, fouling and like, or
yeah,
if you're up by 3 and fouling them, because that just takes away what could be good moments.
well, that's what the Pacers did
That's what
that's when
every
they
team
did
does.
Hack and Mitch.
No. I'm saying when there's like 10 seconds left and they're up by 3, and they
I
just go
know
foul.
The Pacers fouled Mitchell Robinson, sent him to the line when the Pacers were up by 7. When there
Yeah,
was
but
like
I'm
a
talking about a 3-point game,
yeah,
like that game for the Timberwolves and the Thunder. The Thunder up by 3. Anthony Edwards gets the ball, they just foul him because then he
yeah,
has to shoot 2 free
yeah.
throws. Then they get the ball back.
Real
They get to shoot 2 free throws, and then he just keeps
realistically,
going
it's
back and forth.
smart. I do get why they
Well,
do
yeah,
that.
I know it's smart, but I said they need to stop. Like they need to somehow get that out of the game because it takes away what could be good moments.
Yeah, I know. That's what I forget who I was watching that game with. Where I was like keeping up with the score, and the last like 24 seconds, it felt like there was probably 8 free throw attempts or 10 free throw attempts.
Oh, that game, the last game,
Yeah,
yeah, it was. Me and you were on Xbox together.
that it's just stuff like that. It is just so annoying, and it's like, I mean, I just want to say too, especially in the playoffs too. I was hoping that there would at least be a little bit more leniency towards a little bit more physical
Oh, I know.
physicality at the rim or
Oh,
something.
well, no.
Just something in general.
Well, no. The
Because
thing is that
I feel like we're calling more calls now than we did all regular season. It's like
they're calling more fouls now than they did in the first round.
and it's like and it's hard for I feel like it's hard for any team to get momentum when every maybe 3 possessions you're having to stop for free throws on minimal contact. That
Yeah, there were 72 free throws in that game you were at last night.
yeah
70,
yeah.
72.
So like how does for a lot of teams like that's hard to get momentum. I mean
Well, it's not
that's
even that
just
though.
like
It's just
calling a timeout.
why are you gonna like? There's people that go play in the NBA that will drive to the rim hard, get fouled. You don't call it, but there's people that drive to the rim like SGA and Brunson that run in there, fucking act like they're getting shot by somebody and
Yeah.
fucking flailing around and
Or you
shit.
saw that video about Brunson when he shot that 3 landed and he's sticking his ass towards Neesmith trying to get that
Yeah,
call.
yeah, like
Like
that. Like it's stupid.
that's so stupid. And then like
Dude,
the one I showed you.
the first of the Thunder and Timberwolves series, there's a fucking video or a picture of SGA fucking driving and going, doing all that shit, and he didn't even get touched.
Yeah. And that's why it's like honestly, you know, challenges are good thing for the NBA because
Yeah, but you can only use one of them, so there's gonna
I know,
foul
and
bait the rest of the game.
that's why I made that video because I was like on the TikTok because I was like just because the amount of free throws I there has to be more. You have to be able to get more
Well,
challenges.
I think it's even more weird because, well, not really weird. It's just dumb because the first series the Knicks played against the Pistons, they were letting them play physical. There were not a bunch of foul calls. The scores in that series were lower scoring for an
Yeah,
NBA game.
yeah,
It's just I just I don't get it. It's more. I enjoyed watching basketball more in like the early twins, like when the scores were like 90 to fucking 87 or something, and they were all just
yeah,
playing hard defense, and there's not like people running and just fucking flailing around and shit, going to the line. And people say, well, LeBron flops. Well, everybody really flops, but LeBron's not driving in and fucking like getting not touched and flailing around and getting 40 free throws a game. Like
yeah. I mean,
LeBron's.
and that's why the scoring is so high now because I mean when you're shooting
Well, it's not even that. It's
60
well,
to
that's part of it, but at the same time, the score.
85 free throws combined a game. I mean, that's just
That's
what are you
part of
gonna
it,
do?
but also the pace of the game is also a lot higher. Like a lot.
Yeah, and last game for the Wolves, what do you do when SGA drops 40 and Jalen Williams drops 34, and then SGA shoots 14 free throws.
Well, that's another thing too. I get like the because this is how the Celtics are. You like we can't complain about them shooting a bunch of free throws when all they do is drive to the basket, and we only shoot the ball from the 3 point.
Right, but I also think that there's a big difference when we're arguing or talking about like team fouls versus like team free throws versus like personal free throw attempts. Like I don't care. I don't care if the Pacers shot two more free throws than the Knicks and say it was like a 34 to 32 split. I'd still be mad if 20 of those free throws came from one person. That's my biggest thing about it. Like
Well,
I
get
don't
it at the
complain
same.
about the high free throws because Pacers do get they're one of the higher teams in free throw percentage or free throw attempts, but we don't have anybody that's even remotely close in the top 50 free throw attempts per game because we spread the ball out a lot, and it's not like Tyrese gets heavenly calls from the refs. I mean, it's not like that for the Pacers. But what I'm saying is like those individual free throws attempts is what I just hate, dude. And that's what that's what I want more challenges on is the individual free throw attempts because that's what kills the game. That's what that I mean that's what I hate the most is the individual amount.
Yeah, but the individual amounts because those people have the ball more and they drive the ball a lot.
I know,
Brunson,
but they're gonna
Brunson
do it
takes.
because they get the same calls.
Yeah, but like
Until they
Brunson,
let up on those calls, they're gonna do it the same thing. It's just rinse and repeat. They're gonna keep doing it
I
and
mean,
they're gonna keep doing it more.
I don't disagree, but Brunson and SGA also, all they do is shoot the ball inside the arc.
I know, but we have literally seen videos of them up close from like floor seats of them literally grabbing their opponent's bodies and smacking it into them, and like Brunson like landing and sliding his ass to make contact. Like I just, dude,
Well, see,
like the
but
players like them too. Just
they're starting to get stuff like that though, because they already changed the rule where you can't kick your leg out when you shoot a three and then somebody runs into it and it's a foul. They call it an offensive foul. I think they'll get to a point where they can either review or like have like New York look at it, kind of like how they do in baseball, like where they'll look at something and be like, "No, okay, yeah, no, that's wrong. Like change that or whatever." Because like if they like, it's gonna be hard. You can't really do that in an NBA game fully because it's gonna be just you go down, score, then run back, score, run back, run up and down the floor. Like it's gonna be hard to do that. But like the refs at the same time, like if they're running like that and it's going fast, you're not gonna be able to see it 100% every time.
yeah, and uh, somebody said they can't hear your mic. Oh, you see that too? I'm
On
trying to
what?
bring up the live stream. Somebody commented on TikTok and said Nobody, we can't hear your mic.
Let me take a peek.
Yeah, that's true. I can't hear you either.
You can't hear me at all.
No, not on the not on that thing.
Why? Like it says I'm talking on TikTok.
Yeah, I know. But then your audio doesn't carry through.
I'm not sure how we're supposed to fix that.
It's okay.
I guess
I
we'll
mean,
have to see if it records.
well, it's gonna record, but yeah, it says looks like Emma has to do all the talking. No one wants to hear Jay speak, anyways. It, have you heard him yet?
You'll
But
hear me.
anyways, I mean, yeah, since you can't hear him, but pretty much
That
everything
means
I
you'll just
just
have to
said,
listen to the podcast on something else.
yeah, you just have to listen to the podcast, and then I mean, everything we always post clips about it,
And we get naked.
and we get naked. That's what Jake said, not me. Let's repeat it since you can hear him. But yeah, I mean, the pace of the game does play a huge factor when we're talking about like who or how many calls or how many foul calls are being made. But it's still at the same time, it's like, especially being at the rim, especially and being in like the Eastern Conference Finals. It just it was almost like I was more impressed when there would be a contested layup and like there's a missed layup and you don't hear a whistle. Like when you're at the game, you just get so used to hearing the whistle when somebody attacks. Like as soon as somebody attacks the rim, it's just I don't know. Everybody is just gets so used to it. I mean, because you would hear in the section, like Brunson starts at the key and then he like goes to drive and spins, or for example, whatever he does. Here, everybody would be like, "Here we go," but you know exactly what's happening. Like he's trying to draw contact, and no matter what or how hard the contact is, he's going to get that call because no matter
You
what.
know, but I don't like is that like they don't reward people
He
that
said,
drive.
"Hold on, do you hear that?" He said, if you want fewer fouls called, someone needs to tell LeBron to stop flopping on the floor like a bitch."
Yeah, go tell that to every NBA player ever.
I wouldn't say it's LeBron. I would say it's every
Every
NBA
single player.
player,
Every
especially
single player
now.
in the NBA flops.
And yeah, I said that in my video this morning. I was like, I'm not trying to target SGA and Brunson, but they do it more than the average NBA player. But
Okay,
every player
but the thing
flops.
is there's flopping and then there's flailing around when you drive in because you're
Yeah,
just trying to get foul calls.
but yeah. I think that's the biggest difference. And what you said is it's different when you're flailing around instead of just driving in, making a contested layup.
Like they reward these players that like now SGA's got an MVP, but they reward these players that haven't done anything in the NBA. And they don't help people that have done stuff in the NBA. Like
Well,
Tatum
especially
drives in
SGA being
all the time and
MVP.
doesn't get a bunch of free throws.
Especially SGA being MVP and being going to be in the finals. He's going to get extra foul calls.
No offense to him, but he shouldn't have won an MVP. Should have been Jokic. But there's voter fatigue because if that was the case, then there'd be a bunch of people that had like 8 MVPs.
He said one longs for the days of Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and MJ. The game was better then.
Yeah, go watch MJ highlights of him flopping. He used to flop and he bitched to the refs more than anybody you've ever seen.
Yeah, the thing is with Michael Jordan is that he basically ran the whole entire court, like officiating who comes in, who comes off. If he felt like he got contacted on his layup, he let him know.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, "Oh, you got fouled? Okay, boom,
No,
whistle."
but my thing is just like there was a different type of glazing for Michael Jordan back in the day than anything these days. Dude was still a bad motherfucker. You can't take that away from him. He was still
You can't take it away from him, but at the same time, everybody says this stuff. But if you go watch full game highlights or full game like replays of back then, defense was terrible. You couldn't play help side defense. You had
no,
to be
yeah,
within arm's length of your defender, and
yeah.
it's basically just a one-on-one all the time.
Well, and also I think back in the day too, like on an average starting five, especially in Jordan's area, that the difference in talent from each position is
Well,
a
yeah,
lot different from to like teams today, where you have a 6'9" player that can guard every single position on the court. But back in the 70s and 80s, there were few people were that versatile and could just fit anywhere on the court. You just don't you didn't see it that much. Magic Johnson was like, unreal back in the day because you had never heard of someone 6'10" running the court like that. But these days, if you're 6'10", they want you to be able to bring the ball up if you can. I mean, that's just normal these days. That's how much it's changed. So that's
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I don't know. Either way, I mean, the foul baiting shit just has to, at some point's got to get some way resolved.
The foul baiting probably won't get resolved anytime soon, but
I would agree, but it's just crazy.
yeah. All right, I do kind of want to move on from NBA. We've talked enough about NBA. I do want to get just glance over. I don't care so much about the Panthers and Hurricane series. I'm definitely more interested in
Well, both of them
the
are
Oilers and
both of them are over anyways. It doesn't matter.
yeah, yeah, they are.
It's gonna be the
This is
Panthers.
going to be Panthers
Yeah, it's
and
gonna be a rematch.
Edmonton. So the one thing when I was looking at everything, just went blank on my screen. So never mind,
What
and I
did you?
can't think of it. I was having the box scores pulled up, and then my thing just like completely shut down. Like my internet just closed on itself. Google Chrome. Anyways, it's okay. But yeah, I was just curious if you thought that either Dallas or Carolina had a chance to come back, but that Edmonton series is fucking crazy. Hardly any close games at all.
No,
So
there's been zero.
it's just
I think
complete
the
ass
closest one was
spankings.
the closest one was last night. Edmonton won 2-1.
What last night? They won
Are you
4-1
sure?
last night.
Oh, then I guess the last time I looked at it, it was 2-1.
Probably the closest game is game 2 when Edmonton won 3-0.
Oh yeah, I guess when I last saw it, they were winning 4 or 2-1. Yeah, there's not been any close games really. I mean, they're all 3.3 score games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay because Pens will be back next year, and all will be well. Yeah, he says once Gretzky retired, hockey was over. Is Jay scared to be on camera? His screen keeps going dark.
No, I'm looking at stats.
Yeah, he keeps looking at stats to back me
I'm
up
not
when
on
I'm
the
talking.
computer.
Yeah, he's on his phone. I'm on the computer, so it's a lot easier for me. But yeah, it's in other news, the one thing that I think is interesting to talk about right now is Aaron Rodgers because it looks like he might be on the Steelers after all.
Did you see the thing that was getting talked about today? That Kirk Cousins, the Steelers are looking at Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, yeah, because I sent that to I thought I sent that to you like 2 days ago on Twitter.
I don't, I don't get messages on Twitter for some reason.
But from what I saw, they still have like a decent price tag on Kirk Cousins. Like they still aren't gonna just give him away for free.
They should.
I know. So
He's
like
getting paid like fucking $40 million a year.
as much as I don't even want either one of them, I don't. But I would especially be even more pissed if we actually took on a fuck ton of cap or traded or just did anything to make room for him just to make a trade. No,
Yeah,
but
but
no,
there's no point in them getting Kirk Cousins.
there's no point in getting either one of them.
I agree, but I'd definitely rather have Rodgers.
I'd rather have Mason Rudolph at this point.
Yeah, but I'm saying out of those two, you'd definitely rather have.
Yeah, I would rather have Aaron Rodgers out of them two. Not out of Mason Rudolph, but out of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
But, it is what it is. Steelers are destined for probably, 9-8. So it is what it is. But they're really only doing this, though, to make sure we get Drew Aller in next year's draft class. And then it's full circle.
there's
Because
no
then I
way.
heard, yeah, because then I heard we'll trade for Saquon.
What?
Yeah. So that's
What
the
did you
that's
just
the
say?
game plan for the Steelers. I'm telling you what the game plan is.
You just want to get all Penn State people.
Oh, chemistry is huge these days.
Did you just
Look
got a
at look at
fucking
LSU.
absolute baller running back on the
Look at
team?
LSU. Yeah, because this is what I'm thinking. If we think Madden, like you let Jalen Warren for a full season just take off. Okay, he's like a 90 overall at the end of the season. All right, Eagles want him. They come knocking. Say, hey, Warren's a 90 overall. give me Saquon and I'll give you a second round pick. They say, "Yeah, all right, buddy." And then we take Drew Aller first round. Who says no? Who
A
says
second
no?
pick for Jalen Warren, who's started like 4 games.
Who? I'm talking about Saquon.
You just said Jalen Warren gets traded for a second pick.
No. I'm saying we offer Philly Jalen Warren and a second round pick for Saquon.
So you're trading a running back that's like 26 for a running back that's like 27, 28. And
Yeah, and a second round
significantly
pick.
better. And just got paid.
Yeah, and then because then what's going to happen is buyer's remorse. They're going to say, "Well, this really is a little much. Can we tone it down?" He's going to say no. And then that's when the Steelers swoop in and we're like, "Yeah, man, we'll totally pay you that." And then he gets welcomed. It's just a 4-hour drive.
Saquon's finishing his career on the Eagles, buddy.
He is.
But I don't know why you got for Drew. As far as Manning's in the draft.
he said one good thing about his mic not coming through is that I'm learning to read lips. It's funny.
We just do a silent podcast.
All right, you go first. I know he's.
What'd I say?
I can't say it, or else I'll get aroused.
It's really fun. I mean, I posted about it on TikTok. How Cincinnati teams just like don't do anything to help themselves out. Like the Bengals don't want to change their ways and give their first round rookie injury protection on his rookie contract, even though every first round pick ever gets that.
Yep, that's
And that's why he hasn't signed a deal yet.
And honestly, when you put it in these words, like if you don't think I'm worth a first round pick, then you shouldn't have drafted me in the first round. I mean,
I don't think he thinks he's a first round pick.
well, no, he is a first round pick, so he wants
No,
to
I
guarantee money.
don't think he thinks that he was worth a first round pick. They literally they do the what do you think your Madden rating is going to be? That motherfucker said, "Oh, I had like 4.5 sacks in college, probably like a 60, like a 67."
Yeah, well, you guys drafted him, so
Yeah, that's fucking Duke Tobin for you.
what about Barrett Carter?
I think that we had good picks every round besides the first.
No, I thought it was your first 2 picks are both
No,
not
that's still
reported.
that's fucking dude from what's his name, like something Knight or something. He's a linebacker from South Carolina. That's 25.
Yeah, I would let him walk probably.
The Carter guy is the dude we took in like the 4th round. He's a linebacker from Clemson.
Yeah, he looks good. Barrett Carter
But
looks
the
good.
nice thing is the offensive lineman we took, if he can somehow play like he did at Georgia, he allowed 0 sacks in college.
Yeah, but don't have a great track record of people continuing to play well O-line once they come to Cincinnati. I don't know what it is.
I mean, we've had a good line before. It's just like they go and sign people that are past their prime. Like we should have went all out and tried to get Tevin Jenkins. He's 25 years old.
Yeah.
And the Browns signed him, and he's gonna fucking be sitting on the bench because they have Joel Bitonio and Zeitler. Do they have Zeitler still? Yeah, I think they still have Zeitler.
Why is his hat coffee stain? Because when the Reds lost the other day, he was drinking coffee. It was white, and then he put it on the ground. And he poured his hot coffee all over it. Started stomping on it.
Yeah.
Went out the next day, and there his hat coffee stained.
I mean, honestly, right now, the OTAs are just starting. They're about to be starting. So there's not really much to talk about the NFL. But I still think the Browns are maybe the dumbest team ever.
Yeah, they have a
If you're going to draft,
nice depth
2
chart.
quarterbacks, why are you drafting 2 quarterbacks in the 4th and 5th round?
Well, and also, why even trade for Kenny Pickett if you're so confident on him that you draft another 2 quarterbacks during the draft after trading for
While
him?
also having Deshaun Watson and Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, the
guarantee
Browns are
you,
doomed.
as much as I don't not like Shador, but I just don't like the fact that he's all like cocky for literally no reason because he wasn't that good in college. But
Yeah. Well, he wasn't.
he is definitely the best quarterback on their roster.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. I think we should try and finish it off with game 5 preview for Pacers Knicks.
You don't want to talk about baseball?
No, I don't.
Here, we'll do one thing. The Reds are garbage.
Yeah, I
Even
would like
Tito
to
can't
talk
save
about
us.
baseball if I felt more inclined to talk good about the Reds, but I don't right now.
Even Tito can't save us next.
We got Hunter Green back on the mound tonight, so playing the Royals. So we'll see.
How we've been playing the Royals, we should win that game fairly easily.
Yeah, definitely. So
As long as
hopefully we win.
As long as Hunter Green goes 7 innings.
Yeah, but what are we, like 7.5 games back now?
Yeah, because the Cubs are good. They scored 30 runs on us in 3 games.
Yeah. So and just like they always do. But yeah, Game 5. It won't surprise me if Knicks take it because I mean this is you gotta leave everything on it tonight. I mean not tonight, tomorrow night. It's literally win or go home tomorrow night. So would not surprise me if Pacers end up losing tomorrow night. But
I think you guys will win by like 30.
tonight,
Yeah.
Jake said that he thinks we'll win by 30. I don't know. I hope we win by 30. But in a must-win game, win or go home at Madison Square Garden. I mean, it's not like it's not possible because Pacers just won 2 at Madison Square Garden, so it's very, very easy to believe that we can walk in there in Game 5 and take it and then end the series right there. I
One more.
have the Pacers winning. I'd probably say by 4 or 5. I'd say it'd be another close one.
I think you guys are easily winning double digits next game.
I hope.
And I bet
I would just imagine.
The Thunder are winning tonight by like 15.
Well, I mean, you definitely want to win at home too. So, which is what Pacers should have. Game 3 was in our hands, but
y'all pulled the Celtics.
yeah, we pulled the Knicks, Cavs, and Bucks. So it happens. It does happen. Even though I was not looking at social media for like a full entire day to make sure I did not like get pissed. But here we are, 3-1. Yeah, do you think Tyree's gonna have another big game, or do you expect him to take a step back again?
I feel like it's going to be a Siakam game.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a Neesmith game. I could definitely see a Siakam game coming in Game 5.
And Miles Turner needs to fucking play better.
Yeah, it does, and get more rebounds.
Oh, you're telling me I fucking bet on his bitch ass to get
Yeah, me too. So
6 rebounds, and he got fucking 3, and he had 1 going into the fourth quarter. What the hell is that? Who was that?
It is. They talk a lot.
What does it say?
It's making me do this puzzle to verify to continue going. That was weird, but yeah, Game 5 tomorrow night. Pacers should be able to close it out. So, but yeah, make sure you check out our YouTube, Twitch. We've been streaming our Madden rebuilds on there. I have the Browns. I have Shador Sanders. I might fucking trade his bitch ass, but probably shouldn't. I got him locked up for 7 years now.
Oh, you signed him?
Yeah, I finally got him. He just makes a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, and also fuck Josh Hart.
Yeah, fuck Josh Hart. We hate Josh Hart.
Not
and
really
parlays.
He needed to get 2 more points for me, and I would have won $1,800 off of $5.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that was killer.
You can tell the people on TikTok that if you'd like to.
Yeah, Jake had a parlay, and he was 2 Josh Hart points away from $1,800
Off of 5.
off of 5. So
fuck Josh Hart.
Fuck Josh Hart.
He's funny.
But yeah,
Fuck him.
yeah. Oh yeah, and then also in that franchise, Jake has the Giants. So if you want to see what he does with the Giants, other than that, I think that we've pretty caught up. Make sure you look at. I mean, you're watching TikTok, but yeah, look at the videos we posted. There is some dude commenting, and there was a couple comments on the last one talking about how people back in the day, when you would drive in, they would go up with arms straight, and you don't see that these days. Everybody tries to go for the swipe or the block when they go for the rim, so that's why more fouls are being called. It was kind of what the comment said. But
people do go with their arms up, but they also just call fouls on them.
Yeah, there was definitely some last night where Turner definitely straight up, and they called it. And what do you do? And it's like, and people were out there calling for a challenge. It's like, nah, because you only get one, so hold it. You're gonna have to hold it.
Yeah.
So, but all right. I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the TikTok one. Nearly an hour and straight. All right, now. All right. TikTok has ended. All right, yeah. So for everybody that's still left on the podcast, yeah, just make sure you check out the TikTok Jam Press Sports Talk. Still have everything on
Twitch,
there.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Apple,
Yeah. Yeah.
all
It's
of
a
it.
lot.
It's a
That's a
lot.
lot.
It's a lot to
But yeah,
fit in one hole.
that's everything. Pacers in 5. Hopefully, I don't like jinx that, but yeah, Pacers in 5.